Wrestling Factor. Wayne B, I got this. Let's go. No cap, no gimmicks. This a main show. Ringside pop when I drop that blow. Belt on my waist like chrome on chrome. Tell me what you think, feeling like RKO. Niggas like I'm Randy Orton on hard ass pavement, yo. No scripts, no gimmicks, just engagement. Street slam heat shit, that's power. See that girl on fire. Kiera Hogan, slide kicking bitches like Hulk Hogan knows best. I'm top tier, no time to rest. Mic in hand, I'm built for press. Backstage fire, I walk with heat. Swerve through smoke like I know face to feet. No tap outs, just gold I collect. Trap ring queen, I'm next. I'm in the ring where the legends roam. Trap ring queen, this is my throne, bitches. Top rope jump, now your cover's blown. Mic drop hit like a grindstone. Wayne B lit it, now the crowd just flex. Bar for bar, I demand that check. No tapped out, I rise from Rex. Trap ring queen, I'm next.
Welcome to Wrestling It Factor Radio. Your host, Wayne Benitez. What's going on, wrestling fans? It's been bullshit all over the wrestling world with this shitty show from Impact Wrestling. The worst wrestling show to ever debut on a TV network. An episode of AMC. They dropped the fucking ball. Can you believe that shit? Trying to be a C&D company product of a carbon copy of WWE, a lighter version or horrible, in which yes, Leon Slater had visa issues, but I still saying even with the Myron Reed situation, that his contract was out to go to AEW with the other Rascals. But right now, the other Rascal member, Trey Miguel, and they released him with, he's going to take a break from wrestling. It reminded me he did this again in 2021, I think, when everyone thought that he was leaving with the other Rascals and he backed out the WWE deal. So back in TNA. So it is what it is, but they dropped the ball on the Rascals. They didn't want to give them the right pay. TNA. I'll talk about this later about the TNA owner. They basically puppets. They want a low bar contract ever since they fired Scott Namor and Ed Norhair, the vice president of Anthem Sports, in which of course they was gonna do the right thing to give money to CM Punk and Will Ospreay, 7 figures. They got that, but they want to low ball a lot of talent now. Leonard Asper's new group with Carlos Silver and all of this, and Tommy Dreamer is nothing but a fucking puppet. It seems like he's a dirty ass kisser on the creative team with Hunter Johnson. Maybe he making Hunter Johnson look bad, Delirious Johnson. And the show bombed. All of these content creators or podcasts, what the fuck? They not fucking celebrities? They sitting at the where the empty seats at, along with the AMC BNC actors, whatever the hell they are right there. And it looked like it wasn't, you would think it was like a half-ass building, which it was, 3,000, but they did more than AEW, 1,000 more. But the show fucked up. Even with AJ Styles coming out with rant and not even hitting a wrestling match. a couple more wrestling matches in TNA before he retired. Nothing. Nothing was in there. A waste of fucking time. Then of course the new GM Dario also. I don't know what her role is. She has the same amount of power as I thought. He was going home Santino, but he popped up later in the show, and we don't want to see this GM Hill GM dumb shit from WWE. They brought another cast over from got released from WWE. We don't want to see this shit. Then Candice Michelle, they introduced her. Some other ones with the signing of Alina Black, another NXT. She did in these previous that, but still, you got to realize that most of the WWE viewership doesn't watch NXT or casual wrestling fans. They don't give a fuck. Even though NXT is getting a little bit much worse now, um, the show had bombed. Seemed like last week. They try to make another Obi Femi wannabe. They got Joe Henry and everything, and Ricky Saints. It seemed like they might as well be on the main roster, both of them. It's I'm just definitely even with Stacks wrestling with the international belt. I'm tired of it. The shit is tired and wasteful. Then the women section, the women, oh, that was the worst match. Elegance Brand and the Iconics, in which that was their last match in TNA. That's why they jobbed out to them. With interference by AJZ, he's the new Mr. Elegance. Um, Nick Nemeth's cousin. Um, yeah, he chop blocked it. One of the I think Cassie was it. So it was it right there. Goofy segment. It did hokey with the they recruited the fat guy to Elegance Brand. All of a sudden he transformed into him the next week. Really, it sucked. It's fucking sucked. Um, anyway, the Elegance Brands is the tag team champions again. Knockouts tag team champions. They're showing these retro video of the original Knockouts, Awesome Kong, all of them, beautiful people, ODB, in which they not there. You know the and they need a new direction. They out of touch. They need a younger writer. They, they need some of Scott D'Amore's, people like that and others. He made it superior. The shows. I'm tired of these ex cast off WWEs that don't do nothing. Even Elijah, yes. That match, that was a dirty E match between him and Six Man Hardy Boys with up against those three you know Mustafa Ali, John Schuyler, and order for participants, and it didn't. It was okay match, and really, I'm tired of the Elijah bullshit. It been done in the 80s. I mean, what I'm saying, it's a dirty gimmick. He was mid Carter. It's time. I want to see a TNA failing nonstop action. 60 minutes of bullshit going around. All of a sudden, we got a Hill GM again from WWE. It felt like the people were getting tired of it. Half of the audience, the fans, this shit is unfucking believable. We got to deal with bullshit after bullshit. Of course, the main event, okay, it was okay. Santana and Kazarian, but it went, lost time at the end. I guess probably because they couldn't show the other things with Dario and um, Santina Morella come out. That was on the YouTube version of Impact after the show was over. Then you see these, the headings of who's produced Tommy Dreamer, um, Johnson, Tompkins. Yeah, he been there. He's sort of like the Kevin Dunn of the director chair since 2008. Wow. And you got other ones on there. It's like they did a carbon copy of what WWE be doing with their like Triple H headings, directors, and all of this, producers, and which is bullshit. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see nothing copy. Sometimes I feel like I want to punch Tommy Dreamer in the fucking face. He's out of touch. He's a dirty ass kisser to TNA. He hasn't been right since that. He been suspended from TNA that time when he was on that wrestling. I think Ric Flair's story on one of those channels. I forgot. Yeah, it's that the 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 plane from hell back from Europe situation where Ric Flair and other ones and that he was, drunk. The Michael Hayes getting clipped by X Pac, his ponytail, and that shit was crazy. Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle got into it, and Ric Flair pulled down his robe to one of the stewards, women and stuff. He supposed to had his balls and everything showing to her and all of this, and that's all Tommy said that Ric Flair's just having fun, something like that. Typical Ric Flair. So he got suspended for that 2 or 3 months, and he hasn't been the same. I Tommy Dreamer is best at being a road agent, not the vice president of talent relations. It's out of touch. Really, the show has bombed. The the worst. I don't think they're gonna get. They may get to close to 200,000 viewers, and it's gonna go down the next week. A lot of people lost interest in it. Moose was defending the product and all of this. Of course, that's his job. He's an ass kisser. Uh, so tell him we don't have the right to criticize. Okay, my man. Okay, bullshit. The same way you defend who? Who? Tessa Blanchard. That time when she did those racist spinning La Rosa Negro some before she was in I think this was in TNA, but all this stuff came out during 2020 when she was about to win the TNA title, and everyone hit the from Keith Lee to others hit the social media and everything. Basically called her the N word and spit right at her face. I said, "What the fuck?" Um, I mean, it's horrible, distasteful, but after that, you know, TNA just let her go because she didn't bring back the title. She was, so-called trapped in Mexico during the pandemic with one of her boyfriends at the time, and they um, end up doing a vacant title bout, also TNA and everything. So she back now because of Anthem brought her back. People going still made her as a heel. They use Alicia Fox, the former Alicia Fox, Victoria Traffic to, I guess, trying to uh, use her as a scapegoat. Even though another thing, she has no business being in the fucking company. To me, she was still draining WWE. I don't want to see that. She get no replies to the fans or nothing. They could have brought in some more other black women wrestling on the indies, or even international talent. The show is just flooded with too many ex WWE cast offs. Really, the Hardys belongs there. They what people want to pay their ticket to come and see. They are main eventers. They will come Mustafa Ali. He's all right there. Now the next TNA pay per view was Genesis. We had Joe Henry going over Cedric Alexander and Moose. He pinned Cedric Alexander with the standing up, subbing in since they still in Europe and stuff. I guess Leon Slater, but he was on the WWE SmackDown with wrestling Me- yeah, Mello, yes, Mello Hayes, and that was a good match. He jobbed out, so he was doing some things with WWE. They're going to end up picking him up after his TNA deal up, in which TNA will fail not to match the offer. What the fuck are y'all doing? This is another reason why Paul Heyman got the fuck out of the WCW deal with ECW, because they was they stole um four four or five of their guys' main talent right there to WCW contracts, in which it's it's just time for that thing to end anyway. It was there also wasn't there also still on Ruka, so they was trying to protect her. I guess the NX the Triple H, but still it was an okay solid show. Of course, Santana maintaining over Kazarian. Of course, Nick Niman again about to have their as a referee, and yep, he was trying to set up about to call for the belt, but Santana end up bouncing back up to you know to start attacking him and jumping him back. So and it's just getting crazy. And Stacks, I'm tired of seeing Stacks. He's a jobber, and with this deal with AMC, I don't want to see no outside wrestler having a TNA belt because since you're not going to never see no more, they're not going to allow that. Um, they're not going to allow another company to have their other title belts like the US or Intercontinental belt, the NXT heavyweight belt, the North American belt, or even the women's NXT or any of the women's belts. It's no fucking way because they going by, Triple H is still going by the Vince McMahon's playbook. Hell to the freaking no. And it's just a waste. TNA needs a new identity. They just do. And they better bounce back from the second week. Like a first impression is should be the best foot forward for people coming back. Not even a cliffhanger. It's so fucking. This is horrible. Like feel like 2010 all over with TNA. 2010, the Vince Russo and Hogan years. Dixie, I mean, my former boss Dixie Carter. She was there. And it's like she couldn't save the show. She was a spectator since it was in her area of Texas and everything. Carlos Silver and his job just to watch and put on belts on the winner of the match, which is it's lame. It's a lame deal right there with no reactions or none of that. The stone pale face he has, nothing, nothing. How about bringing in Dave Priest? He ain't doing nothing. He's was in charge with Shimmer, the former promotion Shimmer booking of everything. How about bring him some other ones? We need another Court Bauer, young like Court Bauer that he has good ideas at MLW. Gotta give Tony Khan his credit right there. He he has nothing WWE like on his show. He has more talent he bringing in than than a few WWE cast offs right there. So they booking more wrestling right now than TNA. And TNA better get their shit out of their heads, out of their asses. It's just sad. And this is my rant and rave right now on the most horrible debut show on wrestling show in the history. In TNA, they dropped the fucking ball. Yeah, this is Wayne B, and I'm out.
Wrestling, it factor. Wayne B, I got this. Let's go. No cap, no gimmicks, this a May show. Ringside pop when I drop that blow. Belt on my waist like chrome on chrome. Tell me what you think, feeling like RKO. Niggas like I'm Randy Orton on hard ass pavement, yo. No scripts, no gimmicks, just engagement. Street slam heat shit, that's pop. See that girl on fire. Kiera Hogan, slide kicking bitches like Hulk Hogan knows best. I'm top tier, no time to rest. Mic in hand, I'm built for press. Backstage fire, I walk with heat. Swerve through smoke like I know face to feet. No tap outs, just gold I collect. Trap ring queen, I'm next. I'm in the ring where the legends roam. Trap ring queen, this is my throne, bitches. Top rope jump, now your cover's blown. Mic drop,